Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Grits, Grace, and Growth, the podcast where we explore personal development, entrepreneurship, and living our best lives. I'm your host, Laura Navaquin, and today we are going to tackle a topic that I often discuss with my students, and that is analysis paralysis. Bit of a tongue twister, right? So, if you've ever felt stuck because you think you need to learn everything, perfect every strategy, and have every step in place before you get started, this episode is for you. Let's dive into why it's crucial to get out of your head, get out of analysis paralysis. That's going to totally tongue twist me throughout this episode, but to get out of analysis paralysis and start taking action. First, let's define what analysis paralysis actually is. It's state of overthinking and overanalyzing to the point that you're unable to make a decision or take action. It is common in many areas of life, but especially in business and personal development. One of the biggest myths out there is that you need to know everything before you get started. And you need more education, another degree, and you need another mentorship or whatever it may be, but you need to know everything or as much as you can before you ever actually get started. And that simply is not the truth. So, yes, I'm not saying go into something blindly without having known everything, educate yourself. And while it's important to do just that, to educate yourself, you don't need to know everything. There's always more to learn, always, always. But that shouldn't stop you from taking action now. When I started in real estate journey, I didn't know everything about real estate investing, obviously. That's why we paid nearly $30,000 to get the courses and the books and have a mentorship. And when it was time to go out and actually start acting on trying to get some homes under contract or purchasing our first property, I knew that we had enough knowledge and the support system behind us to just get started. And I learned the rest along the way. We are still learning to this day. A year and a half ago, when we were learning more funding and access to capital. Hence, that's what helped us scale our portfolio so significantly within a year. But we're always learning. We are in the process now of other partnership strategies and without getting into the weeds of that now, but you're never done learning. And yeah, you're just never done learning. The most valuable lesson that can come from being in the field and learning from my experiences is going out and doing it. Just go out and do it. There are times that it's not going to happen as planned or work out exactly right, but that's where the lessons come in. We learn from our mistakes. We learn from what went wrong. We learn from how to cut costs the next time. You just learn from those experiences that you would never be learning from and never be making progress on your goals if you were just sitting by the sidelines, still trying to take another course, another class, read another book. Now, let's talk about the importance of just getting started. The best lessons, again, often come from taking action. Yes, you'll make mistakes. That's all a part of the learning process. Don't wait until you feel like you have everything perfectly in place, because I don't think that'll ever actually happen. Take the first step and adjust as you go. Imagine trying to learn how to swim if you were just reading books and watching videos. Would you ever truly learn how to swim? Maybe there's someone out there, but I don't necessarily believe so. You never truly learn until you get in the water and give it a go. And maybe you kind of stay afloat, but are you swimming? No, you keep practicing. You practice those, what is it called? You're practicing the different, the back. Oh, goodness. I can't think of what all the different strokes are called there, but all the different strokes of swimming and learning how to swim on your back and forward on your side and whatever it may be. And the same goes for achieving your goals. You need to jump in and just start doing. Another key point is understanding that mistakes are a part of the journey. Don't be scared of the mistakes. Of course, don't go out there and attempt to make a mistake, but don't be scared of making a mistake. Making errors along is a sign, and is not a sign of failure. It's a sign of progress. It's a lesson. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn and grow. So when you overanalyze, you're ultimately robbing yourself of these valuable lessons to learn along the way. Embrace your mistakes, learn from them, and keep moving forward. In my own journey, I've made plenty of mistakes. I am far from perfect, but each one has taught me something valuable and helped me improve. And if I've waited until the perfect moment, I'd probably still be sitting by the sidelines wondering what could be, what could have been, or, looking back in my life in another 10, 20, 30, 40 years, wondering what life could I have had, where could have life gone. So let's also discuss the danger of feeling the need to take another course, another book, or another seminar before ever jumping in and getting started. While continuous learning is important, there's also a fine line between educating yourself and using education and using education as a crutch to avoid actually taking action. At some point, you need to stop consuming information and just start applying what you've already learned. Think about it as the 80-20 rule. 80% of your results will come from 20% of your efforts. So focus on the essential knowledge and skills that you have that you need already and just start getting started and taking action. You can refine and improve along the way as you go. Now, let's also look at the benefit of just taking action, even if you're not fully prepared or don't feel fully prepared. Because again, just like that supposed perfect timing, I don't think you ever feel fully prepared to jump in and start something new or take a leap of action towards something that is uncomfortable. So taking action provides clarity. When you're in the field, you'll encounter real life challenges and opportunities that no book or course can ever really fully prepare you for. These experiences help you understand what works and what doesn't, and allows you to make better decisions as you move forward. So again, in my experience, some of the best insights and strategies have come from actually doing the work, not just studying it. Action creates momentum, and momentum leads to success. Another point to consider is the importance of adjusting and learning from your experiences. As you take action, be prepared to adjust your approach and based on the feedback that you've gotten and the results that you've gotten. This is something that I've done with the courses that I've launched, a year ago, almost a year ago, when I launched the courses. And we're making sales, building a community, getting students, but then taking the feedback that they were giving me. So one, not being afraid to ask for feedback, ask for genuine feedback, but taking the feedback that they were giving me not as an insult to what I produced and put out there, but taking it as valuable insight as to what can I do better? How can I deliver better? How can I make this information and these lessons much more valuable and deliver it in a way that the students deem being the best method for them to learn, so that they're taking it away and really learning and starting to put what they're learning into action as well. Also, don't be afraid to pivot if something isn't working. If it's not working, you need to scratch it all together and start over. Or again, sometimes it's not even to scratch something and start over, it's just to make adjustments. It's really about being flexible, and the adaptability are key to long-term success. When we started building a real estate portfolio, I also had to adjust some of our strategies multiple times based on market conditions and our own experiences on when you're closing and you create a budget. Not everything works because then products go up in cost. So that's throwing our numbers out of place. Holding times go longer because inspections didn't get done or completed or passed in time. So, you need to make adjustments. It's not necessarily going to say that I'm going to throw in the towel and be done because, now it costs a little bit more or something's a lot more than initially calculated and planned, but to make adjustments along the way and still make it work. It's really crucial to growth and success in the long run. Finally, let's emphasize the importance of moving forward no matter what. So, even though, again, you make some errors along the way, taking action will put you further ahead than if you were still sitting by the sidelines dreaming about what you might be or could be. Progress, no matter how small, is better than standing still. Remember that. I tell my son that all the time. And, eventually my daughter and my other son are old enough, I will be preaching that to them as well. Each step you take builds confidence and brings you closer to that end goal that you have. And then you create another goal and you go after that one as well. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one single step. You got to take that first step to ever run that marathon, to ever achieve that success. Don't let analysis paralysis hold you back. Take that first step today. To recap here, the key points to take away with you to get over analysis paralysis and get out of your head are: 1, you don't need to learn everything, just enough to get started. 2, start taking action. The best lessons come from doing. 3, learn from your mistakes. They are opportunities to grow. 4, stop overloading on information. Apply what you've learned and start taking action. You'll learn more along the way, but don't let that hold you back from ever taking that initial step. 5, action leads to clarity. Real life experiences provide valuable insights. 6, adjust and improve. Don't take it as an insult. Don't let it get to your ego. Adjust, be flexible, and adapt. 7, keep moving forward. Progress is better than perfection. Analysis paralysis really can be a significant barrier to your goals or dreams and, whatever it is that you want to achieve. But taking these steps really can help you overcome and start taking steps towards your goals. Remember that you have the power to achieve great things. You just need to take action. All right. So thank you for joining me today on this episode. And that brings us to the end of today's episode of Grit, Grace, and Growth. If you found this episode inspiring, please make sure to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. And don't forget to leave us a review. It really helps us reach more listeners just like you. For more updates and behind the scenes content, follow us on social media and visit us on the website at lauranavaquin.com. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, keep embracing the grit, grace, and growth in your own journey. I'm Laura Navaquin, and I'm signing off.